To start the week, we're going to go back and take another look at two of the skills that we learned the end of last week. We're going to do some more practice with polynomial subtraction and multiplication by a monomial. When I was looking over the assignments last week, I saw that especially with subtraction, some people were having difficulty. So I want you to make sure that you look at these examples, that you check the homework that we returned to you from last week, and look at the comments that were made, and that you give this a good try today. When we're adding and subtracting polynomials, we need to first check and see if it is addition or subtraction. This seems obvious, but when these problems are mixed together, you want to make sure you first know what operation you're doing. When it is addition, we combine like terms. Combine like terms means that we add the coefficients. But the exponents don't change. When it's subtraction, we're going to rewrite it as addition of the opposite and then add like we do above. So if we look at these two examples, this first one is subtraction. When it's subtraction, I need to rewrite it as addition of the opposite. The first polynomial, this trinomial, stays exactly the same. But then I want to add the opposite. And one thing I saw was that sometimes people were making it the opposite of the first term. So if this is minus positive 2x squared minus 5x, it should be plus negative 2x squared plus 5x. I can write this part here as either plus negative 2x squared, or I could write that as minus 2x squared. But I need to make sure that when I change this subtraction to addition, I take the opposite of both terms or all the terms, however many there are inside those parentheses. Then I'm going to combine my like terms. I have a 3x cubed, and there's no other x cubed terms to combine it with. And then the order that you do this in is up to you. If you want to just go in order across, that's fine. Here I have minus 2x, and over here plus 5x. Those are like terms. Negative 2 plus 5 is 3x. The exponent doesn't change. I just add the coefficients. Then I have this plus 7 with nothing to combine it with. And I have plus negative 2x squared or minus 2x squared. This is an acceptable answer, or I can write it in descending order with the x cubed term, and then the x squared term, and then the x, and then the constant. Either of these answers are both correct. Over here, this one is addition. I don't have to rewrite. I just go looking for my like terms. I have 4x squared and minus 5x squared. 4 minus 5 is minus 1x squared. I have minus 5x and no like terms. I have plus 3 and plus 1. 3 plus 1 is 4. And then over here, I have plus 2x cubed. And again, this is an acceptable answer, or you can write it in descending order. Oops. That would be minus 1x squared. So 2x cubed minus x squared minus 5x plus 4. Either answer is correct. So addition and subtraction, you add coefficients and do not change the exponents, and you make sure that you rewrite the subtraction as addition of the opposite first. The second thing we did last week was multiply a polynomial by a monomial. So one term times any number of terms. When we do this, we have to distribute. And then when you distribute, you add the exponents. When you're multiplying an x to the a power times an x to the b power, you get x to the a plus b. So I distribute my 3x squared here. I'm going to multiply it by all three of these terms inside the parentheses. And when I multiply, I do 3 times 4 is 12, x squared times x cubed, 2 plus 3 is x to the 5th. 3x squared times minus 2x. 3 times minus 2 is minus 6. X squared times x, I have to remember the x is an x to the first. 2 plus 1 is x to the third. 3x squared times 7. 3 times 7 is 21, and nothing changes the x squared. Over here, I'm going to distribute this negative 2x to the 4th, so I'm going to be careful that I use a negative 2. Negative 2 times 5 is negative 10. X to the 4th times x squared, add the 4 plus 2 is 6. Negative 2 times negative 7 is plus 14. X to the 4th times x is x to the 5th. Add the 4 plus 1 to get 5. Negative 2 times 11 is minus 22. X to the 4th, nothing to change it, so it's still x to the 4th. Later on in the week, we're going to multiply more than just a monomial times a polynomial, so we need to make sure that we are careful with this process.